This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kylie.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
Is this your favorite weekend of the year?
I think it's going to be, yeah.
Tits and football. And vodka.
Oh, yeah. Tits and football. There's nothing better than that.
And vodka.
Yeah. Speaking of tits, we have our guest, Lauren. You're the owner, right?
Yep.
Of Jooicy Tits Vodka. And if you see these bottles on our desk, we have them on our desk every week, and we play a little commercial for it too. So anyway, welcome, Lauren.
Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
And where are you at right now?
I'm in New Jersey.
Now, not only are you in New Jersey, you sound like you're in New Jersey.
Why? We didn't even talk about bagels or coffee or anything yet.
Right. Yeah, I love when people from New Jersey say coffee. It's how do you say it? Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. Sounds normal
coffee.
to you, but
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, I've been very excited to have you on the podcast. We talk about you all the time.
Not just on the podcast either. Like outside of the
So much. That's awesome.
And the first thing people do, like I told someone this morning, I say, oh, we're gonna have the girl from Jooicy Tits Vodka on there, and their first take is always like, huh?
Excuse
like what?
me?
And then I usually say, oh, she owns a vodka company, and they give percentages back for breast cancer, and they go, oh, well, that's cool. Do you run into that a lot?
Yes. So the name obviously has the shock value and the edginess of the word tits, but we like to say we party for a purpose. A portion of our profits from vodka and merch sales goes back to different breast cancer charities doing amazing things. So once people, I always say, are educated, so to speak, on that piece of the business, it totally flips the script if there is any hesitancy. But out the gate, a lot of times people love the name. It's memorable. It's funny. It's, again, shocking. So you almost can't believe it's real. People always ask, like, is that real? And I go, yes, it is. And it's fun because she's kind of a walking contradiction. It's a premium vodka, super smooth, gluten-free. And I think people sometimes think it's going to taste like rubbing alcohol, and then it doesn't. But yeah, it's vodka. So
it's good.
we're not going to put all that effort into the branding and the packaging and then have a crappy product. So
Right, you're right. We first ran into you in Key West.
Right.
Mhm.
I wonder if I don't know if we met you
I
or
don't
not, but we met
know.
your people, or maybe it
Someone.
was you.
Just so it might have been me, or there is a girl down in Key West that does pop up and do some tastings for us from time to time. So it might have been Sam. She's a nice brunette girl. So
She was
very
brunette, yeah.
Oh, might have been. But
I know I'm historically not great with vodka because it like makes me throw up the next morning. But and so when we were in Key West, she's like, do you want a shot of vodka? And I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know if I could do this. And I just did it. And I was like, holy crap, that was good.
I made her take it.
Yes.
But you guys have a little mixed shot, so you have a little.
No, I don't think it was
flavor.
mixed.
It wasn't?
we
I don't
usually-
think so.
usually our tastings, we serve it smooth.
Yeah, I was
if
gonna say it was, yeah.
so that people can see, the quality of the vodka. It's not covered by any mixers
Yeah.
or anything.
Nice. Tell us a little bit. Give us a little bit of your backstory. It's pretty interesting. I've heard a little bit of it, but go ahead.
So this goes back to days in college. Many years ago, I took my first shot of Fireball, and it tasted like Big Red gum. And growing up, my grandpa always had Big Red and Juicy Fruit in his candy drawer. And so I take the shot of Fireball. I said, holy shit, this tastes like Big Red gum. And I said, they need the opposite of Fireball. They need Juicy Tits.
Ah.
That's how it came to be. I was with a group of people. They said, that's a great name. I said, really? They said, that's a really great name. And next thing you know, coming days, I realized how I could spell it. And I said, wait, this is kind of cute. And then I market tested the name for about 8 years. Went out
Wow.
to groups of women, bartenders, just kind of as a joke. And the feedback 9 out of 10 times was positive, to the point where I said, okay, this is 8 years of this now. I have to figure out how to make this a brand, because feedback's too positive not to. So vodka is what I personally like to drink. In terms of business, it's the most scalable, most profitable, easiest to produce of all the spirits. So I said, start there and we can always branch out. But so far, so good.
That's awesome, because
That is
I had this weird thing that I invented a drink, and I was kind of doing the same thing just for a joke. I invented the name of it, and I would tell the bartender what it
Who
was.
invented the name of it?
Or she did. But it was just it was a Captain Morgan soda water splash of Coke. And so it was the same idea. I said, I'm just going to tell every bartender this, and it's going to be
Eventually it'll catch on.
Yeah, catch on and be this signature drink.
Hasn't
That's
yet, but
it hasn't yet, but it's kind of what you did.
Exactly. So that's they say in the world of liquor, you've made it when your drink becomes a cold drink. So, for example, people order a Tito soda, he's
Right.
made it. So we're trying to get tits and tonic, tits and soda,
Ooh, I like the tits and
things like that.
tonic.
Yep. Little TNT.
Yeah,
Get it trending.
It totally rolls off the
it
tongue. It's
does.
it's easy to say, yeah, because Tito's tonic and Tito's soda really stuck, right?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
good.
And before that, it was I believe Grey Goose, when they ordered it on Sex and the City, that
Ah,
totally
yes.
tilted their brand as a household name. So that's what we're looking for.
And then,
That's
what's your market? What market are you in? I know obviously East Coast.
So East Coast, we have our license in New Jersey, for bars and liquor stores. We have our license in Florida for the same, and then our Florida distributor is able to ship direct to consumer in 47 states.
Oh,
So we're nationwide in that sense of online capabilities, but we have to slow crawl kind of state by state in terms of that bar and liquor store presence.
oh, I didn't realize it was that intense.
I didn't
Yeah.
really either. We're
Yeah.
from. Is it what's it like in Nevada? Can you ship to
Ugh.
Nevada?
Shipped to Nevada, but in terms of the actual legality of being able to pitch to bars and liquor stores in Nevada, I'd have to look into it. But each state has its own totally unique license process. Florida, you're fingerprinted, you pay a nominal fee, you're off to the races. Jersey, it was 2 years, expensive. The stack of papers so tall, and it might as well be my firstborn child that they took.
Jeez.
I guess it's safe to say it's a marathon, not a sprint,
Yeah.
to get this out there.
We were lucky because while we waited patiently for our Jersey license, we got to shoot back and forth to Florida and nurture our accounts, in particular in Key West, as you know, and then Fort Lauderdale and a couple other locations. So it helped us kind of pass those 2 years by and still be able to start to build the brand.
And how long have you been in business?
We've been in business for going on 3 years this upcoming summer.
Nice. And you're a young female entrepreneur, and that's part of your pitch and sale too, right?
Yep. It's a pretty male-dominated industry in terms of liquor as a whole. The distributors, a lot of the decision makers, owners. So to have an edgy brand like this and come in as a female, it's like I said, kind of part of the fun and the contradiction of the whole thing. So I love it. We get to meet incredible people all the time, and it is nice when you interact with those people who see what you're doing and give you the opportunity, whether it's they take you on at their liquor store and give you nice shelf space, or they put you on a menu locally. That's all huge for us at this stage of things right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you consider yourself like just say when you're in college, do you consider yourself a party girl?
Oh, I went to a very big party school, so I guess kind of by default, yes, we went out Sunday through I guess Saturday, depending on the week. We were literally it depended on the day and what was going on and what frat was having what party.
Right. It sounds like
That sounds like my
it
college
sounds
years.
like her. Yeah.
It was it was so much fun.
I
Where,
But
enjoyed
we
it.
we also were really hardworking, and the school has a great reputation, so everyone always likes to say, like, "We worked hard, but party harder."
that's pretty cool. And who comes out of college and actually starts a career that went into that? I mean, obviously, it's a whole business, and you got to know a lot more than just partying. But to come out of that and make something that you made in college. You hear all these people that go to Harvard and whatnot, and they're like, we invented this in college, and we came out and made this widget or whatever it is, and you made vodka.
And it's pretty funny because I had no idea what entrepreneurship was until I took a class by default, and I actually took the class because a kid I had a crush on took the class. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna swap and take that class." And I walked in, and the first day the teacher's talking, and he's talking about business and creativity and this. I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "I think this is what I've always been. I just didn't know this is what it was called because I was always the kid making jewelry, selling it at the end of the driveway, knocking on door to door with babysitter flyers when I turned 11. So I think I always had that bug. I just didn't, like I said, know what it was and that you could kind of create and monetize, ideas that you have. So I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship is something you really can't teach. You just have it in you.
Just true.
Because
I think
I believe I'm an entrepreneur myself. I never really worked for anybody my whole life, and there's people that will ask me, and some people are just not meant to.
I am not an
Yeah, they just
entrepreneur.
don't get it, and so I think you had that naturally in you, and then just took this idea and ran with it.
Yep.
So that's
And
pretty
that's the part of the fun of it. You have to see what happens. And I always tell people and I urge people if they have their own idea or business they think about starting or that they want to start, I always say, worst case scenario, even if you fail, you're going to learn so much about the process, about yourself, about what you can apply next time. It's not a bad thing. So I always tell people, take that, even if it's the first small step in that direction, and start to see what happens. Because I always say those small steps then compound, and next thing you know, they add up and become the big steps.
Yeah, and the amount of failures that you do have, you're learning from those along the way, but you got to push through the rough, but you got to push through them.
Going through them as we speak.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun of it. I mean, as long as you keep that mindset, which I think is so key in terms of everything that you encounter, especially, the entrepreneurial journey. It's not easy, ups, downs, curveballs, right? When you think you have it all figured out, you don't. Or you can cross your T's and dot your I's, and then something else, goes out of whack. You just kind of have to roll with it. And I know, you've probably heard the classic word in entrepreneurship, the pivot, in a lot of different forms. So I think just being that kind of person who can handle that and be nimble and keep hustling is what it's all about.
Yeah, because I'm sure you look back, to your 3 years ago when you had maybe your prototypes or your samples. I don't know how did you get started when you got started? Was it a vodka sample? Was it a bottle, or what was it?
Actually, it's funny. We're in my office. I have it. I can show it to you, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
literally a piece of
go grab it.
paper.
Go grab it.
Yeah, here's the first iteration. It's just literally computer paper. You can see
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
right falling off right now. But this was the idea of, I literally cut the bottom piece out, cut out my idea of the bikini girl, and then I have the real one, so you can kind of see the side by side.
Wow. I
Um,
mean, that was your first go at it?
yeah, I just printed it, sized it on the computer, printed it, and taped it to the bottle to get kind of the idea of it, and then was taking a bunch of pictures and knowing, especially like the idea of, at the time, White Claw was pretty much starting to pop off, and everyone's taking pictures of their White Claw cans with the background. I said, so she needs to be super Instagrammable, so to speak,
She
and
is.
graphic in kind of the presentation. So,
The
and that's that.
presentation's fantastic. Even for the back is great. I wish I see a lot of the back.
Yeah, all we look at is her ass the
Yeah.
whole time.
But yeah, I like that there is a back to it. Like it's not just a bottle
The
in the back.
the most fun part, you get the occasional guy, and I have a lot of guy friends. I have 2 brothers, so I think that mindset, I almost think it myself sometimes. So you get the occasional guy who'll be, "I'm not a boob guy." I go, "Yeah, turn her around." And they shut right
Yeah.
up. I
My
already thought of it.
we have my dad on the podcast once in a while, and
Yes.
he just like stares at
He
the bottle. I'm like, "What are you staring at? Are you staring at the bottle?" And he's like, "They have two sides on this. Did you know that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been
Yes.
sitting staring at it for an hour. You just figured it out."
So we have bar mats too, and the bar mats have the little boobies down to the little nipples are like 3D. So we were just at a bar the other day, and the bartender's like, "I have this one weird guy who sits and all he does is like pets." I'm like,
Oh
"Oh my."
man. You're like, well, if he's
Touches
buying
the
it,
bar
I don't
mat.
care.
I got to get me one of those bar mats.
Okay, creepy.
We can get you one, definitely.
I don't know if we need one. No.
Just don't pet it, Eric.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
can have it, just don't pet it.
Right. Yeah. Right. When Kylie's not here, I'll
Yeah, I
pet it.
come home and he's
Yeah.
telling me, what are you doing? Nothing,
Nothing.
nothing.
Pouring a drink. What do you got? What's the deal? But I'll tell you what. You have a lot of merch. I mean, you're obviously wearing a Jooicy Tits shirt, and so am I.
Yes, love it.
Yeah. And Kylie is too. You're representing that well, Keeks.
Well, I kind of have juicy tits. It's stretching
Makes
it
more
out.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must have got her one size too small. Or
I don't
something.
think it would have mattered.
I didn't actually think about it with my computer and the
Well,
Zoom, my text coming in.
yes,
but
it is.
It's coming in. Who cares?
all right.
Who gives a shit?
You can't control
Um,
everything.
I wore this shirt in.
Where were we?
I was in Hawaii.
Yes.
It's the same why, because you
Yeah.
sent me the picture.
Oh, I did. I was in
you
Hawaii,
did.
and I wore it. And we had it's a huge what do they call it, rehearsal dinner type thing, and we
Oh,
were all
kinda,
playing
yeah.
games on there. Man, I got about 1 million people on the shirts going.
Where'd
Nice
you get that
shirt.
shirt?
Where'd you get that shirt? Well, nice shirt. Where'd you get that shirt? Then I would tell you a little story and that kind of thing. So fun to wear.
Such a fun, I guess, idea and brand, and obviously just go back to basics of like what rhymes with tit, and you're trying to come up with slogans, and then that one's like Tit-Faced. It's done, easy.
I like that one. That was a good one.
That's my favorite. Do you have another slogan? I know you have "Life is a party" or something.
Yes.
Party for a purpose, life is the party. Get tit faces, I say, our big one.
That's your big one.
My boyfriend and I will like I said, shoot down to Florida pretty often, and we'll just one wears the other. So as we walk together just down the aisles, it's like you get the Jooicy Tits and then get Tit-Faced or vice versa, and you get the eyes. So it's always fun to see people's kind of reactions in mass like that somewhere like an airport.
I
But
think we did that in Newport once. You wore the yours, and I just was like, "Oh, or mine too." And we walked like down the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's actually fun. You forget you're wearing it, and then
Yes, you do.
someone will
Or
say
like
something
they'll
to
look
you.
and you're like, "Why are you looking at me?" Like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
reading my shirt."
Yeah.
Oh, I have my angel investor in the company. He's an 82-year-old gentleman, and he and his wife are super supportive. They live locally, so we're always hanging out together. And one day we were at a bar, and they both have their little juicy embroidered jackets on, and they left. And a girl to the left of me comes over after they left, and she goes, "Do you know that couple?" I said, "Yeah, I know that couple. They're dear friends." She goes, "Do they know the jackets they have on?" I said, "Yeah, they 100% know." She's like, "Oh my god, because here we are looking at them, reading the jackets, and like." How old and cute they were, but so the whole, again, kind of contradiction of like the whole thing. It's fun to see the reactions.
When you first I mean, take us back to when you had that bottle with the printer thing on it, and then when you first made your first like say prototype, was it just a single bottle of vodka, or did you make a run?
So we made a run of the bottles. Actually, as you learn, you were talking. Obviously, that was computer paper, but I ended up doing to get the layered effect. I'll just show people the back since they don't have the visual we do. It's actually screen printed in layers. So it's a screen printer in Wisconsin who did it, and that's part of why you're limited to how many colors you have, and it's also part of why her booty was supposed to be a little bit more defined. But since the bottle's kind of see through, you can see through and certain lines would not look good in certain lighting. But anyways, we did a run of a couple sample bottles, make sure that the color is right, make sure the quality is right, and then once you give your blessing on that, we produced our first run was around 270 cases, so 3,024 bottles, and then we did a second run, and now we're waiting. Actually, our next run is 10,000 bottles, which is next week. So
Yeah, I saw your post on the filling of the bottles. I guess you want to call. I don't know the manufacturing of them. I guess that was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a lot of fun, and then when it comes to the actual vodka, we're not obviously, distillers unless we open a distillery here in New Jersey, we wouldn't be kind of the craft distillers, so you do what's called contract bottling. You go to a pre-existing distillery, go with your idea of what you wanna create, so I said, "I want a super smooth vodka that you don't need a chaser for." They're obviously the experts. They do what they do, bring you back a couple different options, and then you give your feedback, lock in on the one that you ultimately want to create and bring to market. And then that's the one that gets produced.
That
Yeah.
was gonna be my question, like, how do you go about making vodka? But yeah,
Yeah. And the biggest, I guess, the difference is intricacies and just kind of the flavor profiles of different bases, like the corn base, which is what Juicy is a little bit sweeter on the finish than a potato or a wheat. The corn's gluten free. So different things like that. It's charcoal filtered, non-GMO corn, so it's the purest raw form of the corn you can possibly get, and then the charcoal filtration helps remove that many more of the impurities. So these little nuances and things that you learn as you go, and then we get to have a super smooth vodka as the finished product.
I don't know if I'm stupid or not, but I thought all vodka was gluten free. I guess not.
I don't think all.
Is all?
I think wheat is not. If you
Yeah,
have
if
the
you
wheat,
have the wheat vodka, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think most kind of are that you know
yeah,
of, but
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
there's like a rice vodka too, I think.
Is
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
There's pickle vodka actually local to Jersey. They have a distillery. They make everything out of pickles, so it's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Wow, that's different.
It
Maybe you could
tastes
have
like
a maybe you could have pickled tits or something like that.
Okay, that doesn't sound good.
Hey, when you had the bottle, what one thing that struck me with the bottle was the shape of the bottle.
It's a whiskey
That's
bottle.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
because I was like, that's a weird bottle, and I get it.
Shape
Then
of
I was
bottle
like,
for
oh,
vodka.
they must have did that because they wanted to see the tits and the ass coming through, so they made the bottles rectangle or whatever. And so that's first what I thought, and then so it's definitely unique on the shelf, right? Besides the tits and ass.
Well, I like to say we break all the rules. So you're like, "Oh, that's a whiskey bottle." I said, "I don't care, we're putting vodka in it."
I
Yeah,
don't care.
The most
yeah.
real estate for the girl. The only negative, again, you learn as you go, certain bars, if they're short on shelf space, they'll turn it sideways.
Oh,
That defeats the whole purpose. So that's where you really have to be, buddies with people and say, "Hey, turn
I
around,"
said
or
I
you'll
need
show
to
'em.
see. Yeah,
So little things like this. So maybe the next run, but again, it's all dollars, but print on the side, but it's still not the same as her kind of having her moment.
That's true.
I like when I've seen posts and stuff that when it's on the shelf, you have the little breast cancer thing under it,
Yep.
which it really it triggers. It makes real big sense when you see it. Oh, okay, so that was a good idea.
It's yeah, they call them little shelf talkers. So that says the breast cancer portion. A lot of local venues that have us on the menu. We have a little branded tent that says with Juicy Tits, you party for a purpose. Portion of proceeds
Mhm.
supports breast cancer charities. And then we also have a lot of nice interactions with charities locally that can kind of speak to what we're doing. We did an amazing event this past October for a nonprofit we give to. It was my women's networking group. Within 3 weeks, we were able to pull together a group of about 120 women to come support the nonprofit we give to Move Over Breast Cancer. So it's really pretty neat that there's such community behind something so fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what? I mean, giving back to breast cancer, is there something that triggered you or happened in your life that makes you want to be so passionate about this?
Oh, thank goodness, no.
Okay.
It's a great question. I get asked it all the time.
Hmm.
I knew that I wanted to give to something. Same thing with my previous brand. I always wanted to give back to charity and have a bigger purpose because my whole thought process is if you can get to the point that you ultimately want to go to, and at that point you could give back, why would you not do it along the way? And obviously, breast cancer was a natural fit with the branding here. I again did my market research kind of within that group and made sure you weren't offending anyone. And majority of the time, women said you're bringing levity to something so heavy. So that once you had the blessing from within that community, that was it. We locked in on breast cancer, and it's been a pretty natural fit since then.
Yeah, it's got to be a good
Nice.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's the least we can do. I mean, it's. I was just speaking to a woman last night that we met at a bar, and I said it's the best part and the worst part of the whole thing because you hear these amazing stories of success and people beating it, and then you hear the horror stories of. I remember I was on QS crying on the side of the street, hugging a woman whose best friend died 2 weeks previously. So you hear all ends of, the spectrum, but you got to focus on the positive.
Yeah, we had a friend. She's been on the podcast twice. She has her own podcast, and she just went through breast cancer
Yeah.
and like I said, got the double mastectomy, and then
Went
she
to
got a
chemo.
hysterectomy, and
Yeah.
she talks about this on her
But yeah,
podcast, so we can
she's
talk
come
about
out
it.
clean and good and
Yeah, and she's
yeah.
all good, but she loved your product.
Yes.
She loved it. She was like, "This is what people need, like this stuff like this out here." So, and that good stories like that. So you must. It's nice. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
always say it's the least we can do, and it's way too common a disease. So the fact that we can, even if it's a small impact, a smile, you make someone laugh, you brighten their day. It's not more complicated than that.
Yeah, have you ever seen like the football, the baseball games when they say if you know somebody that's died of breast cancer or has breast cancer, do you ever see that like stand up in the stadium and they have a little thing or
Oh,
something?
It's overwhelming because
yes.
it's
It's the whole stadium.
stadium.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's just nuts, right?
It is. Definitely is.
Speaking of that, these two are nuts.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
430 National,
Great American Storage
America,
and Reno Yard.
for all your outdoor storage needs. You know who that is?
No.
She's like, I
It's
can't
you
hear
guys. I
shit.
know that, but I don't know the entity. I don't live in Reno.
No, that's us. Yeah.
Oh, can she hear those?
She can't hear the music, but she can hear
Oh,
the
okay. The words.
the words. Yeah, you get to hear your own commercial. Do you like your own commercial that we did for
I
you?
love it.
Yeah.
So cool.
Should we play it right now? Let's just
Oh,
play it.
okay.
Let's play it. What the hell? Honey, guess what time it is?
Happy hour?
Yep, I made your favorite Juicy Tits Vodka cocktail.
Fantastic. Thanks, babe. Love you.
And I love you. And your Juicy Tits.
Go to JooicyTitsVodka.com to get your own bottle of Juicy Tits, where life is the party.
We had to make it
Good
a
job.
little pervy. Everybody loves that commercial, though.
Oh.
We just made that up. Boom.
I love it because it's so organic.
Yeah. It didn't take us long to. We just
It
did
did
it. We just
not.
did it. It
Yeah.
was just crazy. It just happened, So it was a lot of fun. That's why I was like when we had found you and then you shipped us out some stuff. I'm like, oh, we're gonna make a commercial. We'll put this on there. Plus, it's such a good cause and everything too. We just want to keep you on here. So, and we get a lot of comments about it. And then also I can give people bottles of vodka when we do promo kits and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, and they go, what is this? This is cool.
We'll slowly get it to the West Coast.
I know. What have you is there any other states you've solicited?
No, not yet. So, honestly, we're such a small team right now. It's my boyfriend and I, occasionally my parents here and there, Jerry helping in certain ways that he can. So, to conquer our home state, let alone the thought of another state right now is kind of crazy because especially New Jersey, we're doing the actual distribution here. We're self-distributing here. So we do all the deliveries.
Oh,
And you do all the fulfillment, like box everything and stuff, or you just get the bottles, or they all?
So the bottles they get produced in Florida, trucked up to New Jersey, warehoused in Kearney, and then we go back and forth to Kearney, picking up cases and delivering them all over New Jersey.
What about all the cases in Key West?
Those are in a different warehouse, and we have a distributor down there who handles the fulfillment. So we just kind of place the orders, and then they handle the delivery and the paperwork and all the not headaches, but all the distributor headaches, so to speak, that we deal with here.
Now, Key West probably couldn't be a better place for your vodka,
that's true.
just because it's a little more risque, right? And
Mhm.
and how many bars do you have it in Key West?
We're in just under 30.
Wow.
That's
So
pretty
a lot of
cool.
bars, liquor stores, and we've had I mean, it's really, we're lucky that we've gotten a chance to go down as often as we have. We've probably gone back and forth 12 going on 13 times now in 2 years.
Yeah,
So we have such a nice footprint and it really is such a small island. So now we have a lot of bartender friends, liquor store owner friends. So
I'll
you
push it.
walk around, Duval and you're saying, what's up guys? What's up guys?
That's
It's,
pretty cool.
it's really,
Are you
really
in that
cool.
naked? Are you in that naked bar? What's the naked bar called?
Garden of Eden?
Yeah, are you in
Yep.
there?
I was gonna say you
We're
should be.
We're not yet. They sell us in the liquor store. They
Okay.
don't pour it there yet. We're working up to that.
You've been up there? Up?
What's I
You've been
have.
upstairs?
All the
We
people that naked are.
Yeah, and we were like voyeurs up in there, man.
Kind
We were
of.
just like sitting there, and yeah, we were that couple, just checking everybody out.
Creeping.
Yeah, creeping out. Yeah,
It's so funny. It is a cool experience for those listening who don't know. It's a basically like you could be full nude if you wanted to at the top of a bar in Key West. So sometimes people just go to see what's there. Sometimes people just want to have a topless drink at the bar for the experience, whatever it is. But yes, Key West is a special, special town.
you could recruit your juicy tit girls up there because you could, right? Is there like, do you have like when you do an event, do you hire in girls to wear the tank tops and
Yeah, so it
distribute?
depends on the venue. It depends on how many people are going to be there. But typically, it's a tale as old as time in the liquor industry of shot girls, so to speak. But it's obviously one that works, and why reinvent the wheel?
True.
Yeah. We love Key West. I can't believe we wanted to come back and see you, and then you did that event down there. What was it, Chicks and Music or something?
Chick Fest. So that's a singer-songwriter showcase of women from Nashville that this singer herself, Erica Sunshine Lee, puts together. She's done it 3 years in a row now, and we sponsored it last year, and she asked us to get involved again this year. So that's what we were just recently down for, and it's so cool. These girls are so talented. They're all living in a house together for the 5, 6 days that they're down there, and they'll write songs that day that they perform that night.
Wow.
I said that's like such crazy talent to be able to do that.
That is.
I love that because we always prefer like a singer
Oh yeah.
songwriter, especially a girl behind a piano or behind a guitar. It's pretty good.
It's amazing. So again, she had another great turnout, super talented women and nice showcase. So I'm sure she'll do it again next year. You guys should come down.
I know we want we want to for sure. We have a few relatives that live in Florida, and then actually my cousin weirdly 3 weeks ago just moved to Key West.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you
so
gotta go visit.
I got to tell him he's got to definitely look you guys up when you're there or whatnot. Do you promo yourself before you go down there, or what do you do?
Or like
Um,
events down there.
Yeah.
we'll reach out to a lot of our locations that we successfully do tastings with and tell them, hey, we're coming back into town. Do you mind if we set up a tasting? And obviously, especially bars, they love that because it's a way for people to experience the products. You hand out some free goodies, which everyone always likes, and then you get people educated about the brand and hopefully ordering it or walking down the street and buying a bottle. All the good things.
Do you have Is there a certain drink that people say? I mean, obviously there's a vodka soda and there's a vodka tonic or whatnot. Is there some kind of a signature drink that you push at all?
So we
Just in
have
your
one
branding?
called it's called the Little Red Bikini,
Oh,
and
Oh,
vodka, Fresca, splash of cranberry juice.
okay.
So I always go Fresca. I haven't had a Fresca in years, and I say you gotta. They still make it. It's still delicious, and it's super easy when it comes to kind of a day drinking drink.
yeah.
So
I think we just
We're
might
gonna
have
have to
found the
try
name of our
this.
podcast. Little
yeah,
Red Bikini. I like that. I just
I
wrote that
love it.
down.
That's awesome. I was a beverage cart girl on a golf course while Juicy was kind of coming to be, and I play golf myself. And there's this awesome drink called a transfusion that's kind of gate kept in the golf community. Unless you golf, you don't know about it. But it's vodka, ginger ale, splash of grape. So again, super easy day drinking. They fly off the cart. You constantly are making them, and I feel like it's one that should be shared. So there's another one for people looking for an easy, you kind of have the ingredients around, not too complicated cocktail to make. It's another one.
The last couple that you posted and everything it was to do with Bailey's. I saw
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
last few. I don't know what are those?
We made a tiramisu martini recently. That was so good. It actually tastes like the tiramisu. It's amaretto, Kahlua, espresso, vodka, and I'm forgetting Bailey's. That's the other liquor. And actually, when I made it, I forgot the Bailey's.
That sounds like it's up Mel's
So
alley.
Oh yeah,
give it
my
a
sister-in-law would love those. She loves those. You know what I don't like about those espresso martinis? I don't like when those little beans are floating in there.
really?
It kind of
That's
grosses me out. I
huh,
don't know what it is. When they're like my sister-in-law gets it and they're always like little floaties in there. But
it's
you
for
know,
good.
whatever.
They're for good luck because whoever invented that, apparently, the story of the espresso martini is that some supermodel came in and said, I need something that's gonna wake me up and fuck me up. So the bartender created the espresso martini, and then the beans, it's positive, it's good luck. It's one means we're gonna have to look it up, but I know it's a positive. That's why it's almost bad if they don't have them.
I did
It's
not
like the
know
worm
that.
and it's like the worm and tequila, right?
And it's not good luck.
And
My,
same thing, one other fun fact, dirty martinis, if people like olives, you have to do 1 or 3. You have to do an odd number. Even
Huh.
numbers bad luck.
look at all the stuff we're
Or
learning
I
today.
know.
My sister-in-law, so she loves espresso martinis, and she always talks about you guys. She listens to every episode and she comments and talks to us and everything. So they're in South Africa right now. So she sent me this cup and she goes, "Hey, I have a cup for you to drink your Jooicy Tits vodka out of," and it was a naked woman on this cup, you
I was
know.
like
And
a
I go,
mug.
"Oh, yeah." I go, "Oh, that's perfect," you know. And I said, "A matter of fact, because they're gonna be flying back," I said, "Our podcast will be posted because we're gonna have Lauren from Jooicy Tits on it." She goes, "Oh, I can't wait! I'm gonna listen to that one." So you have a fan out there, my sister-in-law.
Oh,
And
hello.
yeah, she's not a big drinker, but she loves espresso martinis. So she'll go
Yes.
out and she'll go out, and what she'll do is um, order one of these, and then we that's fine, or order 1 or 2. Then we go to like a dive bar next
Okay,
door
this
to the
happened
restaurant.
once.
Well, I'm just telling her. We go to like a dive bar next door, right? And then she's like, "Oh, I don't want any of these, vodka tonic, any kind of drink. I want my fancy one." So she goes back over to the restaurant, and they give her like
A to-go.
two to go espresso martini, and then about 15 minutes later, she's puking in the bathroom.
Okay, not 15 minutes. It
Yeah,
was like 2
15
hours.
minutes
No,
later.
it wasn't.
Yes.
No.
I love it because she'll be listening to this. So
I
it'll be-
know. And she's going to say, it's not how it happened.
Yeah. But when she listens to this, we sound like this.
You sound so good.
With this nasally old voice,
Yes, but it's so clean.
that's why we use Fibonacci Sound Studio, located in Reno, Nevada, led by an Emmy-nominated audio producer.
Fibonacci specializes in voiceovers and voice recordings for games, television, and film production.
So you're saying, if Fibonacci can make my nasally voice sound this good,
Then anybody else's will sound like music to your ears.
for more information or to book an audio session, go to FibonacciSoundStudio.com.
Or call 775-357-8580.
By us
love it.
doing this, you're making our life really easy.
You guys have good voiceover voices yourselves.
Thank you.
Oh,
No. I don't know about him.
okay.
but-
Look this way. Don't look this way, because I like my voice is like
Not a voice for radio.
yeah, right. Kylie has a really good radio. You have a really good radio voice.
Thank you.
In real life, it's high and squeaky.
It's true.
But on the mics, it sounds great. Like when Kylie goes, like when she calls somebody on the phone, like she has to
yeah.
call and order something, she has this voice you're hearing now, but then when they answer the phone, it goes super
I get
high.
like a high, like an
She gets,
anxious,
nervous.
high
She's like,
pitch
it's this
voice. Yeah.
high pitch, annoying voice. I'm like, why do you talk like that on the phone? Like, why don't you just talk your normal voice?
I feel like that's the thing people do. I do the same thing, and my boyfriend always says, why are you talking in that fake high voice? It's a phone voice.
Right.
Right.
Phone voice.
Or when you're out making like a sales call with your vodka and you got like a big guy out there, you want to sell it, you start talking all fast and everything like that, right?
Sometimes.
That's what I do.
Well, that's what I do.
My voice isn't this nasally off of the mics, trust me.
Yes, it is.
But anyway, last week on the podcast, we talked about the Super Bowl, and we talked about where these players, how after the Super Bowl, all these players have their kids come on the field. And then before the game, you see them kind of kiss their kids and wives. Where the fuck do the kids go during the game? Like little kids.
Maybe there's like a daycare.
That's what I know. There's got to be, right?
We were just hoping you knew.
Yeah.
But
where they have nannies and the nannies have them in their I don't know.
But they're in a stadium, and there's no way they can get these kids out
and back in
because there's security and it's so packed. It's a Super Bowl. So do they have like a daycare with nanny cams, or you bring your own nanny and they watch the kids, and they can bring them out after the game? Because there's no way, you don't see them running around in the box seats or in the stands.
I never thought of that. What made you think of that?
I was like watching a game one day. I'm like, where are these kids all the time? Like you see them at the end. And where do they go?
Yeah, what the fuck? They got the earmuffs on and everything, and you see them. So
we have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't even think you can fucking Google that.
I tried to actually, and it was like, it just tells you like, oh, like stadiums are kid friendly for like people buying tickets. Like it will not give you any background info, like behind the scenes info.
Patrick Mahomes has 3 little kids, and they're all out there after the game. You have 12-year-olds or something. I get it; they can stay and watch the game, but you don't see these kids running around. Yeah. I don't know what they do with them. It's an ongoing thing. I just don't know. Someone can call in and tell us what's going on.
Please, somebody tell me.
But I'm guessing they have some kind of a daycare down, behind the locker room or something, and they have their mother-in-law or something go watch the kids.
Oh, they all have nannies
or nannies or whatever. Because they want to bring them to the game. I don't know. You're too young, probably, but in the old days, they never brought kids to see the players after the game. Yeah, that was unheard of. When you go in to do your vodka, is your age ever? I don't know how old you are, actually. Can I ask, or do you care?
I'm 33.
Oh, 33. Okay. You're a young entrepreneur. That's great. I can say young because I'm old. Wait. She's young. I
not that young.
What's that?
I said not that young.
No, not that young. So that's great. You got a good future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Yep. My boyfriend, he's my right hand who helps me, is great at selling as well. So we have a lot of fun with it. He'll conquer sometimes the ladies if he needs to conquer the ladies. I conquer the guys. So it's a nice balance to the whole thing.
Little yin and yang.
What's that?
Little yin and yang.
Yeah, he's a little bit more aggressive than I am. I'm a little bit more laid back, low key. So again, it's a good balance.
That's cool. How long have you been going out?
6 years.
6 years? Wow. You gonna get married?
Wow.
Well, you don't have to answer. I'm just asking. I'm getting real personal now.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like we know you a lot better now.
Jooicy's the focus. We got to see what happens with Jooicy.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. It took him 9 years to propose.
Yeah, we were together for 9 years before I proposed to her. But she's my third wife.
Also true.
For real.
For real.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, people on the podcast know this. Yeah, it's. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I guess you're the last one.
I hope so. For
I
your
met a
sake.
guy. He was on his like 5th wife, and my boyfriend was saying like, what's the point at that point? Like, when's your cutoff? I guess.
Right. When do you lose faith in
when is
marriage?
My great grandma was married 7 times.
Really?
I must take after her a little bit or something. No, but we've been together. How long have we been together now? 14 or 15 years?
14?
14
I
or
don't know.
something like that. Now we don't. Now we're hopefully past all that shit.
So far, so good.
Yeah, for sure. So you have this company, and what I like about your company, and I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong. You're very focused on the one product, which is good. Do you have any other products in the
pipeline?
Pipeline.
So many. that I would love to bring to life, but right now we're at the stage of getting over the hump of getting people over the edginess of the name and just getting the brand out there and meeting as many people as we can that learn about it, buy it, love it, tell their friends about it. That's huge because that's really who's going to be the game changer for us in the grand scheme of things, especially at those venues where there's a little hesitancy. If 5 people came in that last week and asked for it, now they have a reason to kind of seek us out or engage with us the next time we do knock on their door.
Yeah, because I know, obviously, being an entrepreneur, you get knocked down a lot, and then you
Yeah.
got to get back up. What do you do? What do you convince yourself and do when you got to get back up the next day and shake your boots off and get back out there?
You just have to focus again on the positive. And it's not even so much the no's. I think what I internalize so much is the handful I can count on one hand of the people that are particularly brutal in the way that they've said no. And it's sad that more often than not, they've been women. So to know that it's a male dominated industry and here you are, a young girl with an edgy product that gives back to a charity. And instead of saying, like, hey, sorry, it's just not a fit for us, there have been some really nasty interactions that are particularly kind of uncalled for because you're still a person. There's a way to say, hey, sorry, it's not a fit for us. Like, good luck. And is that really that hard to do? So I think that's the hard part is not taking it personally, especially knowing you're a good person with a good heart trying to do good things. So when
Yeah.
that's twisted and they think one woman had, oh, she was brutal. I knocked on her door twice and she called me out. She said, your persistence is not appreciated here. I said, I'm an entrepreneur. That's what we are is persistent. It's only my second time here. They took us at the other location here. We are not associated with that location. We are not selling porn here. So it's things like that where, and it went beyond that. But again, there's just a way to say, hey, sorry, not for us. Is that so hard
It
to
could have
do?
been wrapped up so easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Well,
that. I've had several businesses, and yeah, and a lot of times I can't remember the hundreds and hundreds of great projects. I remember the handful of shitty ones of the shitty people. It's like for some reason it just resonates, when you're trying to sell it, you take a lot of things to heart. And it takes a lot of guts to go out there and do what you're doing.
and I think unless people are entrepreneurs or know an entrepreneur or kind of that, I guess, not skin in the game, but just that the mentality and the whole thing and the roller coaster that it is. And, I'm lucky I have someone like my boyfriend literally in the trenches who, like, after something good or bad, will look at one another and we're so excited or we're so like kind of going through what just went down kind of a thing. So it's nice to have someone who's seeing it real time with you, so to speak. But it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's cool. You've been at it a while now, so you'll just keep persisting, and everything will just keep falling into place. So we're rooting for you.
Yep.
I have a Jersey question for you.
All right. Born
So
and raised.
I'm yeah, pizza in Jersey.
Yum.
Is the pizza in Jersey? Would you say you would call it, say, better than New York?
I'd say it's almost equivalent. I'd say it's just as good.
Okay, because I watch a lot of the pizza shows and stuff,
He likes pizza.
and they always seem to be really high on Jersey more.
So they like Jersey
Yeah,
more?
yeah. I don't know why. I watched the pizza. Like, there's a few different shows. I love pizza, and I've always wanted just to come to Jersey or New York and just go on. I've kind of done it in
On
New
a
York a
pizza
little
tour.
bit, like a little pizza tour where the best ones are and
Good.
stuff.
You
Do,
should.
do they have that where you can tour pizza places?
I don't know if they have it in New Jersey. You could just
You just
organically do it
you just
yourself.
go. Yeah, you just go.
And just
Well, one time we
look.
were in San Diego in Little Italy, and
Mhm.
we went on a
They
pizza
had like
tour, and they had like a
yeah,
tour guide, and we just went and you
like
drank,
6
and
different places.
yeah, you're fucking drunk and stuff by
Yeah,
the end
because
of
they
this
give you
thing.
like
Yeah,
a drink and then they tell you how they make their pizza and then they give you pizza.
yeah. There's got to be something like that in Jersey or New York. I would think so, but
If not, someone started up.
yeah, start it up. Get your vodka in there, vodka and pizza.
Yeah. We'll put the vodka on the bus that takes everyone around.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you get like a party bus, right? That'd be
Yeah.
good. That'd be really good.
I love
Uh,
pizza.
Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrilla Concrete Construction. That's my brother and my dad. That's how we get our sponsors.
Right.
But they do concrete work in Lake Tahoe. Are you familiar with Lake Tahoe at all?
I've heard only the best things, but no, beyond that.
You've never been out.
You know.
See, now if we come to Jersey, we'll come visit you. You give us
Okay.
a couple pizza spots, And if you and your boyfriend ever come out to Tahoe, I'll take you up there and show
Not
you.
go to a pizza spot.
You won't go to a pizza spot, but we'll take you up there. It's really beautiful, though. You would really like it.
Awesome.
Are you guys skiers at all by chance?
I'm a one-day skier.
You've been one day?
Here. I have a bad leg, so I can only do it for one day before I can't go the next.
You sound like Kylie for sure.
Yeah, right. And I don't have an excuse though.
Yeah. Kylie, last year we go skiing and she's just
It's like I forgot.
she forgot how to ski,
I
and
was
then
like,
she's
I,
getting
like, suck right now.
leg cramps the
My
whole
hip
time.
was crampy. Yeah.
I'm like, let's just go to the fucking bar because I can't deal with this. So we just go there.
I feel your pain on the leg cramping part. So I hadn't been skiing since childhood, and this was years ago, still early on in dating. And my boyfriend takes me with a couple of his friends, and we get off, we make a left. The next thing you know, it's a black diamond.
Oh boy.
I start crying. The goggles on, I'm crying. I'm like, there's no way. And it's just, and I ended up falling down probably 3/4 of the mountain, like pick myself back up, fall down, still crying, still crying. It's like, it was the worst thing ever. He goes, you need to get down this effing mountain. You just need to get down. So finally made it down, and then I think I hung out in the bar the rest of the day.
Done. Last run, right? We were in Montana with some friends, and Kylie did the same exact thing. And then we're just watching. We're all at the bottom of the hill, just watching her. She gets up, goes down.
No, I couldn't get back up. I had fallen, and then I couldn't get back up because my hip was cramping, and every time I started to get up, it would cinch. And I was like, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute.
And then you have people whizzing by you at 80 miles an hour. It's like, it doesn't get worse. So what else can we do in Tahoe?
Your vodka would be good in ski resorts. It seems like it, yeah.
Where would it not be good?
There's a lot of good places to be good, but certain spots are a little, where people are having a really good time, and
I think of Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. You ever thought about that?
Well, we have. It's definitely a great idea. It's probably though the hotels are more corporate, so it's going to be kind of bigger behemoths to deal with.
That actually
would it be weird for your vodka to be in a strip joint?
Honestly, no.
Because you know what I'm talking about. Because maybe
I don't want to go there first. It's too easy. It's too easy. I don't want to finish.
Yeah.
The brands before it has a chance.
Finish the brand, then maybe they start picking it up, and because they're going to
Let
promote
them
it.
come
They're going
to
to promote
you.
it in a whole different way than you're probably promoting it, right? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say no if they come to us, but I'm not going to outwardly seek them out right now.
Right.
That makes sense.
Again, Tito's is in the strip club, so we'll get there.
Yeah. Your boyfriend's like, yeah, I'll go make those calls.
Yeah.
I'll make those sales calls. Yeah, I got it. Send me a couple cases. I'll bring them down over here in Reno. Kylie, I got to make some sales calls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was talking to our website guy. I want to, you want me to put a link to our website for your vodka?
Her website, you mean?
Your website on our website, yeah.
Perfect. If you guys are game.
Well, yeah, I just want to get, because it's a good cause and everything. I'd like to have, that on there. It'd be nice. I don't know how much vodka you'll sell or anybody goes to our website at all, but you never, who knows? Maybe
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe here or there, yeah.
You gotta get your little coupon code. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. I do have to get. I should get I should get a case from you and buy a case from you because I'd like to give them in our promo things and everything too. So I want to definitely get some. And then we have one of our sponsors is a guy. His name is Michael Weems down in Palm Springs, and that Palm Springs is kind of an edgy area. Kind of just like Key West.
Yes.
Edgy meaning, you're a little flamboyant, open, everything goes type thing, and he always comments about your vodka and stuff too, and so there's another little spot to maybe you can seek out Palm Springs.
Phoenix is on the radar because a lot of actually parties on that main strip, which again, that's easy, especially if you don't live there. You go fly in, hit your accounts, and then hang out a couple of days, fly home.
Yep. In Phoenix or Scottsdale?
Yeah, both.
Both. Yeah, I mean they're both right in the same neighborhood. Yep. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, when I was a child. I haven't been a long time.
Okay, we used to go all the time to Scottsdale.
A lot of people speak highly of the golf and then the party scene.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, right now, this weekend is the Phoenix Open.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could sling a lot of vodka at Phoenix Open. Everybody's drunk there. The whole 17th hole.
Oh, that's looks like so much fun.
I think they call it the bird's nest or something like that. That hole, like I think that's what it's called. But so many people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine putting on that with that
No.
big of a crowd when your putt sinks? The place goes nuts like a football stadium.
So much fun. Which I love that it's so different for the game of golf. Usually it's so
Yeah.
proper and whatnot. It's totally flipping it on its head.
So do you get to go to a lot of bars then? Just be for work?
Every day. Welcome to my office.
Is that the
People
last
just
thing you want to do, like on a day off,
oh,
like go to
no.
a bar?
No, like, I love home, but if I'm home too long, I'm like, "All right, where are we going? Where are we going? Who are we checking on?" Because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So I'm usually typically out checking on someone for lunch, sometimes afternoon cocktails, and then dinner.
Yeah,
Because it
we're doing this podcast in our time. We're doing this podcast. Your time is 3 o'clock. Our time is 12 o'clock. So I told Keeks, I said, since we're having Lauren on the podcast, why don't we just go out and we'll have a couple of drinks and we'll have like a early dinner and we'll do it. So we're gonna go somewhere after this.
that's awesome.
Saturday, man. Saturday
Yeah,
before
I'm
the
going
Super Bowl.
somewhere. It's supposed to snow tonight, but we'll be all right.
Yeah. You're used to it.
I was getting at, and I forgot. Life of Eric podcast is brought to you by Michael Weems Collections. They're in Palm Canyon Drive in Palm Springs. And Keek, where can we pick up his shit?
MichaelWeems.com.
That was easy.
It's cocktail glasses
should-
to put your Jooicy Tits Vodka in.
Right. You should just write this down and remember this, or I'll text you. Go to michaelweems.com. And this guy
Okay.
has some funny shit that
How do I spell memes?
WEEMS.
he was getting mad at me because I thought his name was Michael Weems. And
Not
he kept
Weems.
saying, my name's not Michael Ween. Like a wiener. You're not a wiener, it's Weems. And so he kept correcting me. We had him as a guest on here, and he goes, it's not Michael. I had no idea what his name was, but now we know him well. And we visited his he's an artist. That's what he is. And he's kind of is he raunchy or what is he?
I mean, yeah.
He'd kill us.
There's dicks and boobs.
Yeah, dicks and boobs.
Yeah.
He specializes in dicks and boobs, let's put it that way. And he has ornaments and coasters and glasses and all this. And he has serious art too, which is like he's like dishes and china and stuff like that and pictures and everything. But a lot of his stuff's pretty risque, so it's pretty fun.
It is fun.
Right along in art.
Yeah, it's art.
It is.
Art is art. And if you like this podcast, you can rate us a 5, or you can follow us on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And give us what do I always say? Follow us, give us a subscribe, give us a good review. I'm all nervous, Lauren.
I don't know what you say. Don't listen.
Yeah, she doesn't listen to me at all.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what your script is.
Right. But anyway, we're kind of wrapping this up. Is there anything that you would like to say or give out any of your social handles, or where can we find Jooicy Tits Vodka? Let us have it.
So JOOICYTITS vodka.com. Don't forget the vodka. I don't know what else is going to pop up. And
That's right.
Same thing, Instagram, same spelling, JOOICY. Basically, the OO replaces the U in the spelling of Jooicy. So we pop up Instagram, Facebook, our website. There's a lot of awesome merch online. Again, portion of profits from vodka and merch sales all goes to amazing breast cancer charities. And look for us locally. Ask for us locally, no matter where you are in the nation. It all helps us. And I appreciate you both having me on today.
And if people want to order it,
thanks
they
for
can just
coming.
order it and get it shipped to them.
Yep.
Okay.
I have no control over the shipping fees. The shipping's a little bit steep. That's FedEx
It's
for
heavy.
transporting alcohol has some fees in there, and then the weight. So I always say, if you're going to order bottles, or you're going to share them or split the case, order more than less, because it's almost the same in terms of that shipping fee.
Oh, there you go. That's a good tip right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Keeks, it's that time. Last call. Can you hear the bell over that?
Mm-mm.
No,
No
okay,
bell.
there's a bell going, right? Ding, 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 like last call.
No bell.
Yeah. Who are we cheersing today? This is easy.
Yes, we're gonna cheers Lauren for being our guest today.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. That was great. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this podcast.
I think so. I did.
Yeah, then hopefully we'll have you back on some days now that we know you, or we'll come, do you have extra room or anything if we come to New Jersey? We can stay with you or anything?
Oh, we're going to go to some pizza spots. and
Yeah, we'll
drink
get some pizza spots, get some vodka. The only good thing about your house is unlimited vodka.
Oh boy.
You just drink
True.
vodka all day and night. Yeah, your whole garage filled with vodka.
No.
Maybe. Just a portion.
Yeah, just part of
I
the.
always have some bottles on hand.
Okay, good. Yeah, so do we. We're gonna. I'm actually. I got to do that this week. I'm going to give the bottle to Guy, the Golden Bachelorette runner-up. I'm giving him a bottle because he keeps texting me for it. So I'm going to
That's
say,
so
if you want to know where that bottle came from, listen to this episode.
And don't forget to tag Jooicy Tits when you drink it.
Oh, good one. See, tag. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're much
Yeah.
better on. You know what's funny on social media?
What's that?
So if you put Jooicy Tits, you have to change the spelling, right?
Right.
If it does captions, because it comes up, like juicy fruit or
Normal,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, and do people do that a lot? Like just spell it wrong?
No, honestly, no, because they've already followed us typically, so it pops up that way.
And they know it's the two O's. Yeah. So that was good. That was a good idea. You're smart. Anyway, thanks. Thank you. Subscribe or follow us on wherever you get your podcasts, or just go to our website at lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into my life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, baby.
Love you.